Libra, welcome to a timeless love variant reading of yours. Bear in mind that you may be here in regards to however love may be absent or present in your life, or you may just have caught a vibe and seeing whether or not anything within this storytelling time is yours. Bear in mind a few other details: that I am a master healer. I'm Master 7th, aka 7th. I read these energies for you. I provide remote wellness and or tarot intuitive insights. Some further detail is found in the description box below. There are other various links within the description box to help you navigate this channel and gain access to my sister channel. For this reading may provide you universal justice, so Libra be a sign in your sun, rising, and or Jupiter position. Sun, rising, and or Jupiter position. And should it be anywhere else, or just see yourself perhaps leaning towards curiosity, you may be in search of emotional redemption, where my sister channel may be of benefit for you. Both channels have timeless content for your viewing pleasures. And lastly, remember that this is not a one-to-one reading. This is a general collective insight. Use discernment to take all that which is yours and leave the rest behind. All right, so far we have the Six of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. All right, and then we have the Ace of Swords so far, bringing that home. So the journey is all inclusion of yourself, and you can't ignore all aspects of your own identity wanting to express itself. You have to immerse yourself in something in order to gain a better sense of detail to how you can be emotionally ready and mature for the next engagement of life that you want to keep in your life. Okay, the Devil card coming up because there is an energy that has been around you haunting for a long time now, verbally or silently, that's telling you that you need to address certain things and you've ignored it. In more in layman's terms, that's the energies of the former readings of the past telling you that you haven't moved, because that's coming through. Sometimes other readings bleed into other readings, okay? So you not having moved is you having met with both of these energies, healing and the Devil. While you've moved, you've done a great version of understanding what you are, because I have a reading where I think it's called, I highlighted under your category of a playlist, the object. I remember that reading in becoming so fascinated on how what I was learning about the Libra energy within that time of that reading, and how it just made sense and it clicked, and it still is beautiful. Check that out if you want to. In layman's terms, it's you understanding why you, Libra, are the object of the zodiac sign and what is to be had in value in being that representation. Knowing that worth 1,000-fold with high ego, because the moment you fall down and that ego has an ego death, you're going to fall right into pieces. But the problem is, you haven't gotten a real good viewpoint of all aspects of yourself. That's where the Devil gets introduced. That's where the Devil comes introduced, and you thinking, what is the boogeyman? Is paranormal real? Is God real? Is the universe real? Is what real? Is religion necessary? Is love conditional? Is it unconditional? Is it real? Can it be found? Do I have it? Can I trust him? Those are all questions on an external basis, when the external is going to live on without you. So it makes sense to get to know the real version of you, so that you can finally come into expressive energies of life that are meant to give you more versions to enjoy the life that you're living. Healing teaches you that. So you've done a lot of this and then a lot of this, and now it's time to put them together. Put them together. Weigh out your own odds of what makes sense emotionally and what makes sense logically. Yet you're afraid of doing both at the same time. You're afraid of making decisions. You're afraid of showing up to action. And when you're asked to show up for the action, you look at that person in the eye and deny it. So then there's deniability. Ether no longer knows how to make contact with you and ask you to take up responsibilities to yourself. At the same time, you always show up to taking responsibility yourself, and that's why some circular cycles are over and over and repetitive, and you seem to repeat an ongoing emotion that you just don't want to repeat anymore. And some of you have gotten to the point you won't even say it anymore. And that's being dismissive. You need to boogie and dance. And if that needs to be a little bit more closer and clarified, then reach out to me. You know, then that's all I can say at that point. Reach out to me. Because the energy is there to make it sense to you, with the Star card also coming out. These are major kind of influence saying, we got your back. You just have to just keep on doing. At the same time, you're also not doing. And you think that what you're doing is effective, but nobody is telling you what you are doing. You're not even telling yourself. So why are you doing that? Why are you wasting your time and energy? Oof. Oh, boy. I thought about your food diets, about your liquid diet. Yeah. Eight of Wands is part conditioning, that there are energies that want to come through and introduce themselves to you and wreak havoc in your life in the best way possible. But are you yet even in the foundation to receive? I think that would be the next question. Are you in the position to receive? Because to me, it feels like you're not. But let's say what cards would be. Excuse me. So, why is it ambiguous that I feel that you're ready and not? And I think because closer to this situation is not what you see, the value of Queen of Cups energy, no matter how much you think I'm contradicting this shit or not. And the Ten of Pentacles saying everything is great. But there's a reason that you're admitting that there's a flaw within your life. And listening to this. Clicking onto this reading wasn't to pump up the cheerleading. You're doing it right. This is, you're thinking that there's something wrong, so let's figure it out. That's more so what it is. It's more so leaning into that possibility than you leaning into euphoria of blissfulness. Because if it's that the case, I don't think you would be here in this reading. Being with any closely in dialogue to this reading is admittance that there is somewhere a problem. The only problem is lying and finding that which the problem is that lies within you, and asking that to play. And some of you are ignoring that and thinking that by doing so you're being holy when you're not. And you're not being holy because, well, you don't feel holy. So if you don't feel holy, is it holiness that's reaching you? No, it's not. It's chaos. It's something else. But besides holiness, you're anything but tranquil. And I think it's to get you closer to understanding. In order to have deep connection with people, you need to be able to talk about the things that are difficult to talk about, the things that are hidden in the gauntlet. There's so many aspects of you that just do not want to talk about that shit. And I don't really understand why, because nothing really screams that you need to do it. Besides a logic that I think with due time and good conversation with you, you'll understand how this world is a dog-eat-dog world, and energies externally are out to just test the character of you. Well, if you can have that beautiful conversation, what the fuck is the problem then? You haven't looked anger in your face, in the face of yours. You haven't looked in the mirror and searched the reason why you're angry. Why you're hungry for certain things and why you keep still being hungry for the same thing. Why variables come and go. I don't think you've taken a good look in the mirror and wanted to find the reason. I think you're still objectifying what is also a beautiful character aspect of yours, which is finding and looking out and calling out beauty. But those who are constantly called beautiful don't necessarily always get paid because they're beautiful. Beauty doesn't necessarily pay your bills, right? It might pay some people beautiful, but not everyone might find that person beautiful. And beautiful is a choice, more or less in ways that we don't want to hear it, a judgment. Because I'm using the word judgment as too wrong, but it's not wrong if you are picky in what it is that you allow to come into your space of home or mind or heart or groin area. Like, if you allow someone in, that's you judging, either before, middle, or after. And some of the issues is that some of y'all judgments come after the situation, which is way too late. Way too late. Two of Cups comes next. So, with the Knight of Wands saying, coming in before that, it is hinting that there is passionate energy at the same time desiring and lusting after you. Yet it's contingent to also protect itself as it's getting itself closer to you. Because that energy, person, place, or thing is also, one, still healing on their own. Two, hearing the call subconsciously that you're not ready, but they feel the answer to head your way anyway. Yeah, they feel that. They're answering to something. They're answering to a longing, a calling, a wish. The Hermit. They trust the energy within telling them the direction that they're going. And the Hermit is a lesson for you, Libra, to more or less stay in your path of where you've been told you're not moving, but doing spiritual work, doing the work that can be done while you're sitting there, and maybe admit that you don't want to move. Then don't. You can do a lot by not moving. You can do the most by not saying shit and closing your eyes. And I think that's the world you're ignoring. Yep, Four of Cups. There's a constant need to push you to accept healing. And then you think by dabbling in the way that you can begin the conversation of healing, you can convince a stranger like that you've introduced healing in your life. However, if you introduce a Virgo in your life, the over-analytical energy, she will call you out in the bullshit aspects of what it means to truly heal. Because that's an internal dialogue that Virgo energy general doesn't have to be a person. Universe will teach you this. The galaxy card is the Virgo energy here for me, okay? Because the galaxy is within you. Quantum magic is within. Virgo will be that ongoing mantra of that until you fucking click. That's where you gotta go. And usually that means Virgo's gonna bark back until you realize not to need Virgo energy anymore. That's like mommy dearest learning that she can't discipline her child anymore the moment she realizes the child is morphing into their own identity. It doesn't mean that no discipline is going to come, because discipline is changing. There's a maturation happening. It's going to look like something else while delivering the same thing. And there's certain aspects to you not accepting that version of processes or philosophical means or psychology, perhaps. I'm no medical professional here, all right? But that's what it comes across. All right, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning or night wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.